All right, what's up, everyone? This is the official Friday Night Smackdown review for July 17th, 2026. All right, well, the breaking news before SmackDown went on the air was that Rhea Ripley was officially being stripped of the women's championship, and a ladder match was going to be set for SummerSlam that was going to decide the interim women's champion until Rhea Ripley got healthy, and then those two would have a match to decide who is the women's champion. Starting off the show, we had a appearance by Gunther to come out, and Gunther bitched and moaned and complained about not being in the title match at SummerSlam. He said that Nick Aldis deserved what he got when he beat him up and put him in the hospital. And he said it was a travesty and everybody's against him and all this nonsense. You know, the usual stuff that Gunther likes to spew out.
Yeah.
He was interrupted by Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce told Gunther that had he shut up for a minute last week, he would have heard that the stipulation for the tag team match that Gunther does not want to be in at Saturday night's main event was if Sammy and Gunther both win, they are added to the title match. So Gunther really shouldn't have attacked Nick Aldis at all. He just, his temper got the better of him. Well, cue Cody Rhodes coming out. Cody Rhodes wasted no time right after Gunther. Obviously, Cody wants his pound of flesh after what Gunther did to him, taking him out on Raw, costing him the title match against Sami Zayn. So they fought for a minute, and Adam Pearce then decides to set the match at Cody's request for Cody Rhodes against Gunther in the main event. Okay, well, that sets our main event for the night. Cody's happy, Gunther's happy, CM Punk is not. More on that in a minute. Our first match of the night was Finn Balor against Tama Tonga. Very enjoyable match. I'm never going to complain about seeing Finn Balor, especially when Finn Balor wins a match like he did tonight.
Yeah.
Tama Tonga, obviously the WWE is obsessed with this man, and I can see why. He's a freak in the ring at that size. My question is, what exactly are they doing with Tama Tonga? It looked like a month ago. He was released.
Oh yeah.
A long time, like about a month ago, it looked like Tama Tonga was about to go into a feud with Solo Sikoa and be the babyface in that feud. All of a sudden now, Solo Sikoa is a babyface having a match at SummerSlam, and Tama Tonga is just following Tama Tonga around. Anyway, Finn Balor had to fight them both off throughout the match. Several near falls with Tama Tonga getting involved. He was a beautiful slingshot on Tama Tonga outside the ring that took him out. Back in the ring, he was able to get the upper hand on Tama Tonga. He was able to hit the running kick in the corner and hit the coup de grace and got the win. Finn Balor, look, I would love to see him get into the U.S. title picture at some point here. I'm not foolish enough. I'm not foolish enough to think he's going to get into the WWE title picture. I don't think they're ever going to give him that shot. But
they're never going to give him any big title.
No, they're not.
The Intercontinental and U.S.
No, but it's nice to see Finn Balor finally winning matches. After going years without winning matches, it's nice to see him finally winning matches.
I'm curious.
Maybe him versus Jay.
I'm also curious on who the next person he's going to bring out the Demon on.
Gunther?
Up next on SmackDown, we had a backstage interview with CM Punk. CM Punk was saying to Adam Pearce he was not happy about the stipulation with Gunther and Sami Zayn being able to be added to the title match, which I understand. He doesn't like fatal four-ways. He likes one-on-one matches. So he was also not happy with Cody Rhodes tonight, and he said he was going to go talk to Cody Rhodes about why is he fighting Gunther tonight with so much on the line tomorrow, knowing Gunther's going to try to injure him. Okay, after that, he turns around and Damian Priest is standing there. Now, interesting back and forth between him and Priest. Priest thanks him for mentioning him last week as a title contender he wants to have a feud with. CM Punk then says, "You're welcome, big man. You're always welcome to a title match." And Damian Priest says, "Well, if you're still champion after SummerSlam, I'll be standing here waiting." Interesting comment by CM Punk, who says, "I hope you're still a tag team champion after SummerSlam, because maybe me and Cody get hot after tomorrow. And after our title match at SummerSlam, we become double champions and take those tag titles from you and R-Truth."
Now that's interesting.
That's very interesting.
What? How? That's weird. The two, they're taking on each other at SummerSlam. Why are they teaming up in these type of situations?
Well, we're going to have to see if they can actually coexist tomorrow, or can Sammy and Gunther coexist.
I believe
the next match on SmackDown. Go ahead.
I would believe that CM Punk and Cody will win.
the CM Punk and Cody are definitely winning tomorrow.
Didn't they leak it?
Well, it's almost confirmed that Gunther's going to take on Nick Aldis at SummerSlam. So,
Nick Aldis is good.
yeah.
Nick Aldis can
And for those of you who don't know, Nick Aldis was known as Magnus, and the man can wrestle. The dude is still jacked. He's still ready
He
to
can
go.
still fight.
This is going to be an interesting match at SummerSlam. Anyway, the next match on SmackDown was the first qualifier for the women's ladder match. I was not happy with this outcome. It was Tiffany Stratton, the women's US champion, going up against JC Jane. I believe it was the time to pull the trigger on JC Jane and allow her to win this match. I don't think there's a reason for Tiffany Stratton to be in the women's title ladder match, seeing as how she's the women's US champion.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah, that's true.
You could have easily had a feud with her and
I don't understand
Blake
champions
Monroe,
being in the Money in the Bank. It never made sense.
Yes. So it was a good match. Before the match, though, JC Jane had her minions in the Fatal Influence attack Tiffany Stratton. They were beating her down and then got interrupted by Paige and Brie Bella, who ran out to even the odds. So now it's a one-on-one match between JC Jane and Tiffany Stratton. And JC Jane controlled most of the match. She can really go. JC Jane is good. Her crowd reactions are good. She knows how to play the crowd. Tiffany Stratton later in the match did get the upper hand and hit the world's prettiest moonsault for the win. Once again, I'm not sure what they're doing with JC Jane. Every time they have a chance to put her in a title match, they make her lose. I really thought that she would win this match.
Still hurt?
And yes, she is. I really thought that she would win.
What was her injury? You know why she's out for this long?
Well, she's about to be
been out
cleared.
since like WrestleMania?
She's about to be cleared.
Okay.
So, I mean, needless to say that Fatal Influence is going to be angry going into tomorrow night. I do believe that Fatal Influence wins the women's tag titles from Paige and Brie Bella tomorrow night.
That's a cool name.
I'm looking forward to that because I really do enjoy Fatal Influence. But again, I thought this outcome was unnecessary. Tiffany Stratton doesn't need to be in this match. She could have had a women's US title match at SummerSlam, especially since there's going to be 8 matches on both nights. If the rumors are true, they could have easily had a women's US title match in there somewhere. Next up on SmackDown, we had an interesting tag team match. We had the War Raiders return to action on SmackDown.
The War Raiders!
They took on Fraxium. And for those of you who don't know, the War Raiders are the AAA tag team champions at the moment. They are awaiting a match, possibly a SummerSlam, to unite the tag titles. They want a title match, title for title against Priest and R-Truth. I think that match will probably be at SummerSlam. I foresee Priest and R-Truth winning that match, though. But anyway,
what? Priest and R-Truth? Oh yeah.
Yes. But dude, the War Raiders can go, man. And
the War Raiders are the War
and
Raiders.
Eric,
and they will fight
at that size, the fact that Eric can fly around the way he does. I mean, Fraxium held their own in this match, and it was impressive to see 2 smaller guys actually take the fight to the War Raiders for most of the match. It was a long match too. I mean, they had a good 10 to 15 minute match here. But the War Raiders, man, the fact that Eric can fly off the top rope, he does the spin kicks. There was one scary part where Nathan Frazier ran. He did a suicide dive through the ropes and hit Eric, but he missed him and he almost went head first directly into the announce table. And it was a scary sight. It was like, man, he was so close to breaking his neck going into that announce table. But in the end, the War Raiders hit Ragnarok on Nathan Frazier and got the win. They celebrated with their tag titles and kept making the symbol that they wanted, be double champions. So it's going to be interesting to see them take on R-Truth and, Damian Priest at some point. Up next on SmackDown, we had a really useless match and something I don't understand. It was the second qualifier for the women's ladder match. It was Jade Cargill against Nia Jax. Okay, on paper, it sounds like a great match. In the middle of the match, Charlotte Flair came out and attacked Michin at ringside and she wanted a piece of them for what they did to Alexa Bliss last week. And then she went into the ring and attacked Jade Cargill, causing a disqualification. Thus, in fact, allowing Jade Cargill to win the match by disqualification and move on to the ladder match at SummerSlam. This did not sit well with Nia Jax, who in turn attacked Charlotte Flair, which led to Charlotte Flair being taken out. And then Michin, B-Fab, and Jade Cargill just went on a beatdown of Charlotte Flair. Now, again, this was a qualifying for a ladder match for a women's championship. What exactly are we doing, having Jade win by disqualification? Again, Jade is unnecessarily in this match. She has a
She's in a
they,
lot of
she
unnecessary
has a
matches.
set match with Charlotte Flair. They could have had them two just go at it at SummerSlam, and they could have really made this ladder match about bringing up younger talent. But they don't want to do that. So now they're going to put Jade Cargill. I'm sure Charlotte Flair is going to find a way into the match next week too.
Oh yeah.
Backstage, we had an interesting segment. We had Gunther being interviewed, talking about how him and Sammy are going to have to coexist because Sammy wants a title match too. He was interrupted.
Everybody wants a title match.
He was interrupted by Johnny Gargano and his wife.
What?
And Johnny Gargano, I mean, by the way, my man,
Yeah.
I need to see his contract. I need to know how much money he is making every week to just sit there and do nothing. He literally just lays on boxes and is making a ton of money and traveling the world.
How much?
I need to see like what he's
I
Really?
thought you were gonna say something.
and so no. But Johnny Gargano is literally just laying on boxes every week. The dude hasn't spoken a word or moved in like 4 months, and is
He hasn't.
and is still
I
making
haven't
bank.
heard anything about him or seen him on TV. In like
He was on boxes.
So
He sits there making
after
money.
this little interaction, we see Blake Monroe show up, and she gets an attack in.
Who was that?
And Blake Monroe, what exactly are they doing with her? I mean, Blake Monroe, when she was doing the vignette, she called out everybody. I mean, she called out the entire SmackDown women's roster.
Who was
Then-
Blake Monroe?
Then shows up and attacks. She basically attacks Julia, and
Why
then
Julia?
and then she attacks Tiffany Stratton. And she attacks Chelsea Green. And it's like
Chelsea Green deserved it.
it's like who exactly is she feuding with? Like who exactly is she going to go? Now, I
Everyone.
personally like to see Blake Monroe into the women's title match. I like to see Blake Monroe win the women's title match. That's what I want to see. I think they need to go all in on her. If not Blake Monroe, I want to see a returning Naomi win the women's title. I want to see somebody new win this women's title. Now Naomi had to relinquish it because she was pregnant.
How about Liv?
Liv's already a champion,
Oh, I don't know.
so
But
I want to see like one of them two win this match. But Blake Monroe, like, can we come up with a storyline? Like I thought she was going to take on, Julia, and then I thought she was going to take on Tiffany Stratton. It's like, so what exactly are we doing?
Maybe Joy
Here.
will be champion.
So that segment happened, and she walked by Johnny Gargano and made her comments about him being a freak and just laying there, which, by the way, I completely disagree with. Last up on SmackDown, we had the main event, and it was before the main event. Cody and CM Punk had a little backstage thing going, where CM Punk was basically like, "Yeah, what are you doing, man? There's a lot on the line tomorrow night, and Gunther does not want to win this match. He just wants to hurt you. He wants to hurt you going into this match to give him and Sammy an advantage." And CM Punk makes the thing that I'm going to go out there and watch your back at ringside. And Cody Rhodes says, "Nah, man, you can sit right here. Okay, you can sit right here and watch me. I got this. I know what I'm doing." And CM Punk says, "All right, well then I'll see you tomorrow night." And you can see there's tension between the two.
Yeah.
They're not
Cody
exactly.
Rhodes is also starting it.
Yeah, they're not exactly completely getting along. Cody Rhodes got them into this mess, and then Cody Rhodes is yelling at him saying, "I got this," just because he wants a shot. At Gunther, he wants his pound of flesh. But he could have easily waited 24 hours, to get that pound of flesh. So the match starts. Gunther comes out, makes his entrance. Cody Rhodes attacks him from behind on the entranceway, which, by the way, was badass. Cody Rhodes is beating him up all on the entranceway, getting him down to the ring. It didn't take long for Gunther to take over, though. And once Gunther took over, he was putting a beating on Cody Rhodes, and he was really beating him down with suplexes and his sleeper holds and his chops. And then he was taking him to the ring post and like really wrecking his knee and really trying to hurt him. So at this point, CM Punk's music hit. CM Punk came down the ringside and stood there and tried to get Cody Rhodes back in it. It was like, "Yo, come on, hitting the mat. Let's go, Cody. You can do this. You can do this." So Cody did get back in it. Started taking the fight to Gunther. All of a sudden, Sami Zayn shows up out of nowhere and attacks CM Punk. This causes Cody to come out of the ring and attack Sami. Sami throws Cody into the ring post. Calls it disqualification. Now the brawl is on. It's all out now. Sammy and Gunther are taking it to both CM Punk and Cody. Sammy throws CM Punk over the announce table, jumps on him, starts beating him up. Then they set up Cody to get a double power bomb through the announce table. All of a sudden, CM Punk comes up like the second coming of God, jumps off of that, announce table, clotheslines Gunther.
59-year-old CM Punk.
Yeah, clotheslines Gunther. All of a sudden, the brawl's on. And all of a sudden, the useless referees and all the valets and all the agents
Do they
and
get
all
knocked
come
around?
running out trying to stop them. And it's all a brawl in the ring. And Sammy and Gunther are holding their own, by the way. And the show ends. It goes to black with them just continuing to brawl in the ring. And, you got the announcers really, really pushing Saturday night's main event tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
and saying, "What's going to happen? How is this going to go?"
It's
And this
pretty
and
much
that.
obvious he's gonna win.
And
It's just the question is how.
I appreciate the fact that the WWE tried to add some intrigue here. But we know Cody and CM Punk are going to win tomorrow.
Yeah, but the only question is how.
The question is can Sammy and Gunther coexist?
And how are they gonna win?
Yes.
Like it's obvious because Gunther's gonna take on
Gunther is going to take on Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis, yeah. and there's no point in him winning.
I'm
that
not
match
sure where
because he's
Sammy goes from here. That is the one thing. There was also another segment that I didn't bring up that happens. Are we looking at a fatal 4-way at SummerSlam for the U.S. title? Are we looking at Carmelo Hayes and returning Baron Corbin and who's the third guy? I can't think of his name right now.
The Mr. Man, dude.
No, yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
I forgot about Baron Corbin.
But Baron Corbin made his return last week.
Yeah.
But I think we're headed towards a fatal 4-way at SummerSlam.
Trick Williams?
Trick Williams is a champion.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what they're really trying to set up here.
Yeah, I'm trying. Who's the other wrestler?
I mean, Baron Corbin shows up and just gets a title match out of nowhere. But it's the WWE in 2026, so all you got to do is say, "I want a title shot," and you get one. You know,
We need to go back to WCW.
look, the WWE in 2026 is like Oprah. You get a title shot, and you get a title shot, and you get a title shot. Guess what? Everybody gets a title shot in 2026.
Even me?
Even you get a title shot. If you ask for it.
Yay!
All right, guys. I know this was a little, screwed up. It's our first review of a show. So, we're going to get better at these as we do
I ain't
it.
screwed up.
He is screwed up. But, that was our thoughts on SmackDown. It was actually a pretty enjoyable show for a 2-hour SmackDown.
Yeah.
I didn't like the disqualification in the ladder match qualifier. The War Raiders showed out tonight.
I don't like them.
Let's go Fatal Influence tomorrow. Fatal Influence needs to actually start getting some W's. Let's go JD McDonough over Danhausen, please, for the love of God.
Yes. Danhausen, you suck.
And
Your curse is not real.
all right, guys. That's it. We're out. Let's talk about it.